One of the best quarterback rooms in the entire country is Texas, who have some of the best quarterback recruits we've seen in recent memory. A year after landing Quinn Ewers, the Longhorns landed Arch Manning. Although Ewers started last season, it's not a foregone conclusion that he's going to be the starting quarterback for Texas in week 1 of the college football season. Before we get to today's video, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are that you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. I'm posting college football content all off season, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. When speaking to the press the other day, Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian was asked about a number of things. One of the topics that was brought up was his quarterback competition. Obviously, they have one of the more intriguing battles developing in all of college football, as they have 2 5-star quarterback recruits in Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning. Well, according to Sark, it's going to be an open competition for the job.
Is quarterback an open competition, or is it Quinn's job?
They all are open right now. I mean, I'm not worried about, who's going to be on the cover of what magazine next week. I'm more focused on, or is each guy focusing on what they need to do to develop to be the best player that they can be? It's like anything. Quinn has an entire year of a head start, but I don't want to hold Arch back. I want to see how far he can take this thing and what it can look like.
Yeah, after I got the notification saying that it's an open competition, everyone made it sound like Arch Manning has been lighting it up and Ewers' job is in serious jeopardy. When he went on to Twitter, that's what everyone was talking about, and I thought it was going to be a huge deal. Instead, this is exactly the kind of answer you'd expect to hear from Sark, so there's no drama here at all. Especially considering it's only the start of March and the college football season doesn't even begin for over 5 months. It actually would have been kind of weird if he said that Quinn Ewers was going to be the starter and Arch Manning had no chance. Let's start with Ewers, who was one of the highest rated quarterback recruits in college football history. After he finessed the system and got $1 million to do absolutely nothing at Ohio State, he transferred to Texas, where last season was technically his true freshman season. I guess considering the hype, you could say that Ewers had a pretty disappointing debut season. He appeared in 10 games, completed only 58% of his passes while throwing for 2,200 yards. He had 15 passing touchdowns to go along with 6 interceptions. Now, I'll cut him some slack, considering he missed time with an injury and certainly dealt with it the remainder of the season. He looked fantastic against Alabama until he got knocked out. The rest of the way, he had some really solid performances throughout the season. He had a great game against Oklahoma when he threw for 300 yards with 4 passing touchdowns. He also finished the season on a high note as he threw for nearly 400 yards with a passing touchdown against Washington. It was the in-between that was really disappointing for him. Ewers had a 4-game stretch in which he threw for under 200 yards in every game. During those 4 games, he also had only 3 passing touchdowns. According to Steve Sarkisian, Ewers has really impressed so far this spring.
I think from a quarterback standpoint, that Quinn had a really good winter, where, it's like anything. He was essentially a true freshman this time last year for us. And so there's a lot on his mind that it's like when the gears are moving, but there's no WD-40 in there, as those gears were grinding. And it felt that way for him pretty much all year long. This winter, it just feels natural. He's throwing the ball well. I think he's emerging as a leader. I'm watching him break the team down. I'm watching him do those things, which is positive. And I think what he's done, he's serving for Arch of, hey, this is what it looks like, and this is how to go about your business.
In even bigger news surrounding Quinn Ewers, he cut his mullet and shaved his beard. I guess this is a pretty big deal for Texas, as Steve Sarkisian was even asked about this at his press conference.
I think that was one of the unfortunate things with Quinn. Quinn's a great kid. He's a great teammate. He's really coachable. But one thing we had talked about is sometimes that your appearance / perception precedes you, and then you almost have to overcome yourself, right? And so all of a sudden now the guy gets a haircut and he, cleans his beard up a little bit, and everyone thinks Quinn's real serious right now. But that's human nature, right? So I give him a lot of credit for recognizing, what he needs to do from a developmental standpoint, but it's never been a question of kind of him taking this serious. He wants to be really good. He wants to be a leader on this team. He wants to win a championship with these guys, and that doesn't change what he does on a day-to-day. But appearance is what it is, and so I do think him recognizing that shows some maturity of kind of his approach to what he's doing.
With Ewers looking to improve on last season, you also have another highly touted quarterback recruit coming in with Arch Manning. Depending on which outlet you prefer, Manning is considered to be the top quarterback recruit of his class. He committed to Texas last summer, choosing the Longhorns over Alabama, Georgia, LSU, and Clemson. At Newman, Arch Manning was a 4-year starter, throwing for 8,600 yards with 115 passing touchdowns and only 20 interceptions. He also rushed for nearly 1,200 yards with 25 rushing touchdowns. He broke Eli Manning's school record for passing yards and Peyton Manning's record for passing touchdowns. Sark talked about Manning, saying he's had an impressive spring as well.
For Arch today, day one, there's some plays for sure that he would love to have back. And there's some other plays that he made, I think everybody was like, wow, that was a heck of a play. So, again, true freshman, should still be in high school, but he brings definitely a worker's mentality, and he wants to be really good at this game. Well, I think it's like anything. There's growing pains, we make a big deal out of the guy losing his ID twice the first couple weeks of school, So he's a freshman in college, but he does take it serious, and he wants to be really good. And the beauty of it, the guy, one of the guys he's competing with is taking it really serious and wants to be really good. And that competition should ultimately drive the best out of both of them. And that's what we're trying to create in our program at every position group. Because when you have that, that's when your level of play continually goes up and up and up. That's when you start seeing combine numbers go up from schools because you recruit well. You have a competitive environment. They all get better along the way.
Now, if I were to guess, I think Quinn Ewers will be named the starting quarterback for Texas this upcoming season. Barring him just looking horrible and Arch Manning lighting it up, it just makes more sense for Texas to roll with Ewers while Manning sits for a season and develops. Then, when Ewers eventually leaves for the NFL draft next season, it'll be Arch's team for 2 years before he heads for the NFL as well. As we've seen though, anything can happen. Maybe Manning really does outperform Ewers and Sark opts to start Manning to begin the season. Either way, this is definitely going to be the most highly watched quarterback battle of the entire offseason. I guess it's a really good problem to have though, having two of the highest rated quarterback recruits of the past decade on your team battling it out. So, who do you think is going to win the starting job for Texas? Do you think there's any chance Ewers can lose it, or do you think there's any chance that Manning can actually win it? Whatever your thoughts are on the entire battle, let me know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you love college football, this is definitely the place for you. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm posting college football videos all off season, so make sure to subscribe if you call yourself a college football fan. Also, make sure to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm and helps share the video with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.